Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday, the 20th of November, here for a quick futures update and give a couple trade ideas out for what we're watching here in the futures market. So I'm going to keep it quick. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Going over to this screen, we'll start over on the left-hand side. We've got the S&P over here, and S&P has a mixed bias for us. We've got a long bias on the 4-hour. So we zoom out a bit, we can see it better. We got a long bias here on the 4-hour, but we've got a short bias on the 30-minute. So right now, here on the 30-minute side, we're looking at a short bias. Now that could flip over by the time we get into regular trading hours here in about 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That could flip over, but for right now, it is a mixed bias. So until that flips, we don't do anything on the S&P. So what we could be watching for here, there's a couple of things. We're sitting at 35.75 right now. We've got a top that's kind of been set up over here right at this 35.80 area. So looking at breakouts, you could look for just a straight breakout above 35.80 to go long, but ultimately, we really need to wait until we see something flip here and get a confirmed directional bias on this. There's a lot of, it seems like an increasing heaviness in the marketplace, but that's really opinion. And, the reality is opinion shouldn't drive our trading decisions. We need something quantifiable that we can do the same way every time, every day, that helps drive our trading decisions. And that would be using a systemized method that still has some discretion to it, right? So anyway, with that said, for the S&P, not doing anything on this. It's in a holding pattern because our directional biases are mixed. So until this moves higher and closes higher, allows this moving average to cross over here, we don't have a tradable opportunity. Crude is in a long bias. 30-minute is long, as is the 4-hour is long. We had a crude opportunity yesterday where we can see the BTX method alerted us to potential breakout opportunity. We look at the top of this previously closed candle here, chopped around for a bit, and then finally moved on to lock in a little bit of profit before it stopped out. It didn't continue running. It actually came back and would have stopped out right about here for few ticks of profit there. Today we're still looking at a long bias. The 4 hours long or 30 minutes long. So the same exact process. We'd wait and see if we get the market to pull back a little bit, and if the market begins to pull back, making the lower highs and the lower lows, then we'll look to buy on a break of that previously closed lower high. If the market starts pulling back and it never comes back in our favor, then we don't trade. It's okay, don't trade. If you're looking for other types of trading, I don't want to get into it too much because that's a little bit beyond the BTX method, but we can certainly look at channels for bounce ideas, bounce opportunities. 4180, 4200, 4180, 42, good areas to look for potential bounces off of for retesting, support areas to see if we don't get a bounce and have that continue back in the direction of that current market trend, right? Gold is in a short bias. 4-hour is short, 30-minute is short, so we'd be looking for short trading opportunities. Gold might be one just to sit out for right now. Honestly, it's it's just been pretty darn choppy, and I think that just really is driven by the indecision in the overall markets right now. We see a lot of indecision in the markets, a lot of unrest, and that's leading to some choppiness here in gold as well. Once we get some trends again in the larger market, in the indexes out here, we'll probably see some trends again in gold as well. But for right now, gold's been pretty darn choppy. But for today, we would still be looking at short trading opportunities unless this moves up and crosses our moving average here. In that case, we would just be sitting it out. So For short trading opportunities, what that looks like is making higher lows and higher highs, and then trading a breakout short as it breaks through the bottom of a previously closed higher low. You could also look at just straight breakouts here. 8160 is set up as a pretty significant support area. If we break and close below 1860, we'd be looking to go short from there. All right, so that's it. There's my 5 minutes, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Hope you have a good day. Big takeaways from this: market's choppy. It's choppy, 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 and probably will remain so for the foreseeable future. We're coming into Thanksgiving next week, and then that week between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Typically, not a whole lot goes on. Of course, it hadn't been a typical year, so who knows? Who knows? So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that, and at some point we have to make a decision if we're just going to sit it out. In years past, for those that have known me from other places, you know that right around now is when I typically check out. I'll watch the market, but I stop trading it, simply because it gets fairly quiet. Liquidity starts coming out, volume starts coming out, and sometimes it's just better to be on the sidelines and wait for those trending opportunities. All right, so that is it for now. I'm gonna leave you with it. Have a great day. If we have any trades, we'll come back. We'll talk about those on Monday when we have our next session. All right, have a good day.